A new kind of American military plane has landed in Norway, and it is already making its presence known. These are not fighter jets or large cargo carriers. They are U.S. Navy P-8 Poseidon aircraft, advanced patrol planes designed for a very specific set of tasks: hunting for submarines and watching ships on the surface. Their arrival is a significant move, a quiet but clear signal that the United States and its NATO allies are increasing surveillance over the strategic waters of Northern Europe. The deployment places sophisticated spying technology right on Russia's doorstep, changing the security landscape in a region marked by high tension and careful maneuvering. The news first emerged from flight tracking data, confirming 2 or 3 of these aircraft touched down at Norway's Gardermoen Airport on September 23, 2025. Almost immediately, these planes began their missions. One early patrol flew near Kaliningrad, a small but heavily militarized Russian exclave between Poland and Lithuania on the Baltic coast. This flight path was deliberate, a demonstration of capability and intent, showing these assets would monitor Russia's most sensitive military outposts from day one. To understand why this deployment matters so much, one must first understand what the P-8 Poseidon can do. At its core, the aircraft is a military version of the common Boeing 737-800 airliner, a design chosen for its reliability and long-range endurance. But that is where the similarities end. The U.S. Navy has transformed this civilian workhorse into a formidable maritime patrol and reconnaissance weapon. Its main purpose is anti-submarine warfare, or ASW. It is designed to find and, if necessary, engage even the most advanced and quietest submarines operating deep beneath the ocean surface. A task that has become increasingly critical for modern navies. The P-8 achieves this through a sophisticated suite of sensors and equipment. It can drop dozens of sonobuoys from its belly into the water. These are small, expendable sonar systems that float in the sea. They listen for the sounds of submarines and transmit the data back to the aircraft. In addition to these listening devices, the P-8 is equipped with advanced surface search radar, high-definition cameras, an infrared sensor turret that can spot heat from a ship or a periscope from miles away. It also features a magnetic anomaly detector, a specialized tool that can detect the metallic mass of a submarine's hull under the water. Beyond its role as a spy plane, the P-8 Poseidon is also a capable combatant. It features an internal weapons bay and pylons under its wings that can carry a variety of munitions. The choice of Norway as the base for these P-8 Poseidon aircraft is highly strategic. As a founding member of NATO, Norway shares a long border with Russia in the far north. It also has a coastline that stretches from the North Sea into the Arctic Ocean. This geographic position makes it a crucial frontline state for the alliance. Placing these long-range patrol aircraft in Norway means they are just a short flight away from several areas of critical importance. The Baltic Sea, the Barents Sea, the increasingly accessible waterways of the High North. It is the perfect forward operating location for monitoring Russian naval activity. Norway's position serves as a gateway to the Arctic. A significant portion of the country lies above the Arctic Circle. That gives it and NATO direct access and vested interests in the region's future. As climate change melts the polar ice caps, new shipping lanes are opening. Access to natural resources is emerging. That creates a new arena for geopolitical competition. Russia has heavily militarized its Arctic coastline. It has also expanded its northern fleet. Much of that force is based nearby on the Kola Peninsula. From bases in Norway, the P-8s can conduct regular patrols over these Arctic waters, keeping an eye on Russia's growing submarine forces and its surface fleet in this vital new frontier. The Baltic Sea is a body of water with immense strategic importance, and it has become a central focus of the new P-8 patrols. Following the accession of Finland and Sweden to NATO, the sea is now almost entirely surrounded by alliance members, leading some analysts to call it a NATO lake. However, this label can be misleading. Russia maintains a significant naval presence there through its Baltic Fleet, based in St. Petersburg and the heavily armed exclave of Kaliningrad. For Russia, the Baltic is a vital maritime gateway to the Atlantic Ocean and a platform from which it can project power and influence toward its European neighbors. This enclosed sea has become a stage for constant, low-level military sparring. Russian aircraft frequently fly close to or into the airspace of NATO countries. Allied jets scramble and intercept them. Russian warships conduct exercises in international waters, sometimes close to NATO naval forces. The region is also a hotbed for electronic warfare, with widespread GPS signal jamming and spoofing. That jamming can affect civilian air and sea traffic. These actions are part of hybrid warfare, a mix of conventional tactics and unconventional tactics to destabilize without triggering all-out conflict. The P-8 Poseidon is particularly well suited to counter some of these hybrid threats. Its powerful surface search radar and optical sensors can identify and track every vessel in an area, large warships, small suspicious boats. One of the most complex challenges in the Baltic Sea and beyond is the emergence of Russia's shadow fleet. This term originally referred to a large collection of aging oil tankers used to transport Russian crude oil around the world, bypassing Western sanctions. These ships often operate with murky ownership switch flags, frequently sail without proper insurance, creating significant environmental and security risks. However, intelligence reports and Ukrainian officials have recently suggested some of these vessels may have a dual purpose. They are suspected of being used as platforms for launching drone attacks and other forms of hybrid warfare. This is where the P-8 Poseidon becomes an invaluable asset for NATO. Identifying and tracking these shadow fleet vessels is a difficult task. They often try to blend in with normal commercial traffic, making them hard to distinguish. The P-8's advanced sensors can help cut through this deception. Its radar can track ships over long distances. Its high-resolution cameras can visually identify a vessel. Beyond the immediate concerns in the Baltic Sea, the deployment of P-8ES to Norway is also deeply connected to the future of the Arctic. For centuries, this vast, icy region at the top of the world was largely inaccessible. But as global temperatures rise and the polar ice melts at an accelerating rate, the Arctic is transforming. This transformation is opening up new possibilities, including shorter shipping routes between Asia and Europe oil-gas minerals. This new economic potential has turned the Arctic into a new arena for strategic competition among global powers. Russia has made its Arctic ambitions crystal clear. It has invested heavily in building and refurbishing a network of military bases along its long Arctic coastline. Its powerful northern fleet, based on the Kola Peninsula near Norway, is its most formidable naval force and includes a large and growing number of advanced submarines, nuclear-powered conventional. Moscow views the Northern Sea Route as a vital national transport artery and seeks to control access to it. The P-8 Poseidon's submarine hunting capabilities are especially relevant in this context. Submarines are the ultimate stealth weapon, and Russia's Northern Fleet has more submarines than surface warships. The fact that one of the first P-8 patrols flew near Kaliningrad highlights the strategic importance of this small but potent Russian territory. Kaliningrad is an exclave, meaning it is physically separated from the rest of Russia, sandwiched between NATO members Poland, Lithuania on the Baltic Sea coast. Its unique location makes it a forward-deployed military bastion for Moscow. The territory is one of the most heavily militarized areas in Europe, home to the headquarters of Russia's Baltic Fleet, significant ground forces, advanced air defense systems, nuclear-capable Iskander ballistic missiles. From Kaliningrad, Russia can project military power deep into NATO territory. The Iskander missiles, with a range of several hundred miles, can threaten major cities and military installations in Poland, the Baltic states, Germany, Sweden. The territory also serves as a hub for electronic warfare. For years, Pilots and ship captains in the Baltic region have reported widespread GPS signal disruptions that are believed to originate from jamming systems based in Kaliningrad. The deployment of P-8 Poseidon aircraft to Norway is not an isolated event. It is the latest move in a clear and consistent pattern of increased US and NATO military activity in Northern Europe. The aim: strengthen the alliance's defensive posture and deter Russian aggression. Over the past several months, Washington has taken deliberate steps to signal commitment to regional security. Taken together, these actions show a coordinated strategy to counter Russia's growing military presence and hybrid tactics in the Baltic and the Arctic. In August 2025, the U.S. announced the deployment of nuclear-powered submarines, a powerful statement of undersea capability. The subs' locations remain secret, but the announcement itself sent a message to Moscow. In September, a U.S. Navy carrier strike group entered the Barents Sea to conduct joint exercises with Norwegian forces. NATO's naval moves are matched by its air policing mission in the Baltic. Alliance members have rotated fighter jets through bases in Lithuania and in Estonia to protect Baltic airspace, because those states lack their own air combat fleets. The arrival of the U.S. P-8 Poseidon aircraft in Norway marks a new chapter in the strategic competition in Northern Europe. In the short term, these planes will significantly enhance NATO's ability to see and understand what is happening Baltic Sea Arctic. They will provide a steady stream of intelligence on Russian submarine movements, the activities of the Shadow Fleet, the military posture around Kaliningrad. This improved situational awareness will let NATO react faster and reduce the risk of being caught by surprise from a Russian move. The immediate effect? An increase in watchful tension. Russia will view these patrols as provocative and may respond with shows of force. More aggressive intercepts of NATO aircraft, unannounced naval exercises, an increase in electronic warfare activities. Both sides will keep testing reactions and resolve in contested air and sea spaces. The P-8s aren't designed for direct air combat, but they become central in a cat-and-mouse game, altering calculations. Looking ahead, this signals a long-term US and NATO commitment to the high north. As the Arctic opens, strategic importance grows and competition will intensify. Establishing persistent surveillance now positions NATO for that future. Intelligence from the P-80s will be crucial to understand Russia's Arctic strategy and to develop an allied response. These patrols are an investment in tomorrow's security. In conclusion, P-8s in Norway are more than planes. A clear statement of intent. They signal NATO won't let Russia operate with impunity in northern European waters. Defending its members, protecting freedom of navigation, exposing covert aggression. The patrols will continue, the data will be analyzed. The watchful eyes in the sky will stay fixed on the horizon. The region is set for sustained, careful monitoring, where information and awareness are the critical weapons maintaining a fragile peace.